Hi friends, welcome to my channel Tech Developer. In this video, I will show you how you can validate your path variable using the interceptors and suppose we have the skill controller and in my few last videos, I have shown you that we are using the path variable to get the skill ID. So to get the skill ID, we are using the path variable. And suppose if I give the ID, the wrong ID means that does not exist. Then how will you validate that? There is two options. One which is I am telling you that is using the interceptor, and one another way is going to each and every implementation method, and wherever you are getting this id, you get the object, and if the object is not up, or means the object not available, then you can throw an exception for saying that the skill id does not exist or skill not found. But in this way, what you need to do, suppose I have three of the methods which will be containing the ID. Then in each of the three method you have to validate that part, which is I think mostly not suitable, and it will be very problematic later if you want to change something. Suppose in future if you want to change something in that implementation of checking the ID exists or not, you have to change every three method which is containing that validation part. So let's start the interceptor way so that you can validate your any of the path variable which is coming and can be validated at the time of before accept means just before going to controller, and you can say pre-handling the request. So let's start. First of all, we need to add a package for interceptor. So let's add the interceptor package, and inside the interceptor, let say that interceptor will be containing the class name id interceptor. So ID interceptor at the it component will be there, and it will extends handler interceptor adapter, and let's override the method also. Go to the source and generate override the or implement the method. It will contain these of the method after completion, after concurrent handling started, or post handle and pre handle. So we need to validate our path variable inside our pre handle method. So what you need to do in the pre handle method, actually we have to first get the path variable and the value of the path variable which is coming inside our request, and we need to validate that the id or whatever the path variable value is already exists inside our database, and that is a valid id. So for that, suppose id interceptor will be using for the skill controller for right now. So I need to auto add the skill repository. So let auto add the skill repository. Skill repository at the auto add. And now what you need to do, you need to get the path variable. For that we need to use map of string and path variables map. So request dot get attribute, and the attribute will be the handler mapping dot URI template variable attributes, which will return you the map or you can typecast it here. After that, what you need to do, you need to get the path variable ID. So you can see that in our controller we have this key which will be containing the path variable ID value. So inside our interceptor, in the path variable, mm, let's take the string ID, path variable map dot get that key, that is ID. It will return the path, it will return the ID value which we are sending in our controller request. After that ID, what we need to do, we need to validate that the skill already exists with this ID or not. So for that, what we need to do, we need to check is skill already exists. Skill repository dot exists by ID, and the ID will be the long dot value of ID. And if we check that if is a skill already exists, it will return the true or it will return the false. And also we need to check that for that if request dot get request UI dot contains API URL dot skill. So if the request containing this skill URL, then do this, else return true. What we are doing here, we are validating that ID already exists in our database, and for that first we need to check that skill URL means this API slash v1 slash skills. If like this URL is occurring in our request, then we need to check that inside the skill repository that ID exists or not. And for this, if it already exists, then inside the pre-handle we will say that the request is perfectly handled and it is correct request, so it will return true and go to the controller and process the further. And if a skill does not exist or the ID does not exist, it will return the false, and uh, it will throw that skill does not exist. For that, what we need to do, we need to create an exception. Suppose we can create a class here. I can say skill does not skill exception. Skill exception will exchange a base exception. Let me create the base exception. I will explain you that why I am using this concept base exception, and base exception will extend the runtime exception, and this base exception will contain getter for all the final fields like private final string message, private final int status, private final long timestamp, and that timestamp will be system dot current millisecond private final string. Sorry, string is the object, the data, private final object array data. So you can say the object array and dynamic data. Let's create a constructor for this. Go to the source and override or implement method. Sorry, not override means we need to create a super class constructor with this. So go to the source and uh, cons- uh, generate constructor from the super class. It will generate like this, and or you can use your custom exception base exception constructor. I think it would be better to use the custom base exception constructor, in which what we can do is right click on the source and generate the constructor using the field. So first will and inside that the super constructor will definitely be called. So it will be like this, that inside the base exception constructor will contain the exception message, the exception status, if any data will be there, and the dynamic data array. After that, we can construct a more base exception constructor. Let me use the status message and status only, not the data and dynamic data. So inside this, what we will do, we will put the data to be null, and this dot dynamic data to be null, because all are the final fields. And go to the source again and suppose message status and data. So in this, this dot dynamic data will be null. I think these of the constructor will help, and if further required, we will create. So let's continue, and the base exception will definitely have some serial version ID, and inside this we have getter, and after that we extend the base exception, and it will extend, and after extending we need to generate the serial version, and after that we need to override the constructors. So let me override all the constructor from the super class. And here add the JSON include value non-null, include non-null. That's it. So we have created our exception classes for now, and now we will use these exception. Instead of returning the false, what we will do that we will throw the skill exceptions, and in which I will pass the message and the status, and the message will be the exception message. So let's create a constant for that. Inside this message, let's create a class for exception message. Let me rename the file also. And inside this, we will have a private constructor. Now we will have a private static final string, and the message name will be skill not found exception. Skill dot not dot found. And let's create inside the source locale an exception message underscore en dot properties. So for that, go to the file and create exception message underscore en dot properties. Paste the key. Let me copy the key again. And we will message this that skill does not exist. And it should be public. Sorry for mistake. And after that, inside the ID interceptor, what will I do? I will pass the exception message dot skill not found, and the status will be not found. So http status dot not found dot value. So this is completed here, and let's check that it is required to add exception message I18 standard configuration or not. So let's go to the configuration and message config. So here we do not have configuration for exception message en properties. So for that we need to create a configuration method here. Inside that bean we need to pass exception message, exception message. Instead of error code source, it will be the exception message source. Exception message source. So guys, if you are not able to understand that what kind of configuration I am doing, I will suggest you that you should watch my I18 standard playlist, in which I have shown you explained each and everything that what kind of configuration we have done for internationalization and why it is required. So exception message, that's it that we have set, and inside the exception message that should be added to the message service. So go to the message service, Here we will have to write the method that public string generate exception message. String exception message, and the object array. Let's override this method inside the message service implementation. And let's auto add the bean message source for exception message, and at the rate auto add will be used a qualifier because it will get the bean from the string context using this object name, that is exception message. And we need to use this dot exception message dot get message and exception message, and the object array and the locale context folder dot get locale, the locale for which we have to found inside our locale and accept that properties file according to locale and pass the message to the user. So this configuration is also completed. Message configuration is also completed, and inside this interceptor we have used that skill not found and this. Okay, so almost each and everything is done, guys. We just left with global exception handler. I will show you that how you can use the global exception handler to handle your own custom exception, and in that even you do not have to change your the response structure. The response structure will be the same as you are returning for the other APIs. So go to the exception package and create a new class, and the class name will be global exception handler. It will be used with a REST controller advice, and it will extend the response entity exception handler, and inside that we will write our own method for handling the request, that public response entity of type response DTO and void handle skill exception skill exception skill exception object, and after that we need to use the annotation called exception handler, in which we need to provide the value for which means the exception will be handled. So skill exception class, so mention the class here, and now we need to return the response entity of a response DTO of type void. So instead of this we need to use, it can be a question mark, means any kind of data, because we are handling the skill exception with type of data also. So let's start, and we need to return the response entity. So we have to use return new response util of type this any and dot generate the controller response, and for that we need to create a response GTO. So response GTO of type any response GTO, or you can even instead of question mark you can just pass the means use the object class and just create the new response GTO. Response GTO dot set the data. Inside the data skill exception dot get data will be there. Response DTO dot set an error oh, sorry, first HTTP status. So skill exception dot get status. Response DTO dot get message. Skill exception dot get message from the base exception, and response DTO dot set success should be false. Response DTO dot set timestamp, so already उसके means timestamp will be already there inside the skill exception, so we do not need to write that. And what we left now, we left with the error code. So I think error code can be get using the message service object. So we need to first of all use the private message service. We need to auto-wire that object. Message service, auto-wire the object, and whichever the message is coming, we need to pass that. Means we need to convert that message. So message service dot generate the service message. Service message with this, and the object array will be skill exception dot dynamic data. After that, the response DTO dot set error code. For error code, we need to use the message service dot generate an error code, and for error code we will give the same exception message. So the skill exception dot get message, and it will convert it according to the I-18 standard and return the result. After that, finally we need to pass the response GTO object. In this way, your skill exception will be handled in the same way as you are returning the response to the other APIs using your controller. You can see here that suppose this is a skill controller and you are using this response entity of type response GTO. So in this way your exception will also be handled in the same way. So you do not need to change any kind of response standard for just returning the exception. So let's check that it is working fine or not, or we left with something. So first of all, go to the to-do application and run as run as the Spring Boot application. So application has been started. Let's move to the Postman, and all of the APIs related to skill controller has been already completed. We just need to check that the ID interceptor is validating or not. So we have update skill by ID, delete skill by ID, and get skill by ID. These three APIs in which we are passing the skill ID in the path variable. So first of all, let's check that get all the skills means we will be able to know that which of the IDs are existing till now inside the database. So let's send the request and we have 1, 2 and 3 ID. So if I am passing any of the ID more than 3, then it should send me the proper response that skill does not exist instead of throwing any exception. So for that, let's check with get skill by ID. So instead of ID 1, I am giving the ID 4, which does not exist inside the database. So let's see what the response we receive. Send the request and it is not, oh sorry guys, I forgot to add that interceptor inside the web MVC configure adapter, so that you need to means always remember that whenever you create an interceptor, you need to add that interceptor in your web MVC configuration so that every request can be uh, intercept using the ID interceptor. So let's check that web config and inside the interceptor, like the other interceptor I've already added, so you need to add this interceptor also. Add the interceptor and that will be the ID interceptor. So you need to private ID interceptor, ID interceptor, ID, and let's auto add the object and let's pass this object the ID interceptor and let's rerun the application. Go to the Spring Boot app and wait for the app to be running. I think each and everything is completed now. We should receive the correct response instead of an exception. Let's send the request and you can now see that the request has been validated using the interceptor where it is validating that the ID 4 exists inside the database or inside the skill tables, and if it does not exist, it will throw an exception that is skill not found, and skill not found exception will have the message that skill not found, and you can see that the success was false. HTTP status was 404, that is not found, and the timestamp and the error code. So all of these are done here. So in this way you can validate your path variable using the interceptor. So thank you for watching this video guys. Bye for now. If you are new to my channel, I request you subscribe my channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. And if you are already a subscriber and not getting my video notification, then definitely you forgot to press the bell icon after subscribing my channel. So don't worry, you can re press the bell icon on my channel and you will get all the notification for my latest videos. So thank you for watching this video guys. Bye for now. In my next video I will cover exception handling, that is the skill controller which we have done. So we will handle all the skill exception that can be generated at the time of either post mapping, delete mapping, get mapping, or by the put mapping. Thank you for watching this video guys. Bye for now.